everyone, it's Haze, and in today's video we're once again going to be doing the Miraculous Monday meme review, where my friend Hedge finds me the very best miraculous memes from across the internet and I react to them. However, because it is a reaction video, I obviously don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what Hedge has got for me, but usually in these meme reviews I do end up discussing some ideas, some theories I have for season 5. However, I haven't read the show Bible and I am trying my best to avoid all of the leaks. So if you have read the Bible or seen some of the leaks or all the leaks or whatever with the leaks, I would really appreciate it if you didn't just first of all go for it and comment them all. Please don't do that, but also don't be like, oh Hayes, your theory on this was right, your theory on this was wrong, this is what happens instead. I don't want to know. As much as I enjoy speculating about the show, I don't actually want to know until I see episode whatever, when it's aired legally by Glue or Tofu or Disney or whoever else is going to be airing the episodes. So if you've seen the leaks, great, good for you, I'm dead happy for you. But I don't want to know, and I feel like a lot of people watch me at the minute because I'm one of the only channels that is safe from the leaks. So not only do I not want to know, a lot of people who watch me also don't want to know. I'm trying to keep my channel as safe as possible from leaks. So if you couldn't comment any of them, that would be marvellous. Thank you very much, besties. So let's get started with the meme review then. Okay, first meme. Don't worry, I will keep the box safe. Is that Marinette saying that's Suhan? I'm assuming Marinette. The Marinette, chill out ball guy. I've proven to you 100 times that I'm a good guardian. Well, that didn't age well, did it? I mean, I'm about to say, like, we've only seen him once this season, right? In multiplication. Yeah, multiplication. It's been it feels like it was ages ago. Like it was only, I mean, I know it was last year by now, but it was like the summer. Evolution and multiplication are pretty quick. We've had so many episodes since, it feels like evolution and multiplication were an absolute lifetime ago. Oh my gosh. But I mean, like, I feel like Suhan's response to multiplication was really good, because like I did expect him to be angry because of how protective he was over it in the episodes Furious Food, episode 6 of season 4 and episode 22 of season 4, Ephemeral. Completely understand. But also at the same time, like when Cat Noir starts shouting at him, like you haven't been there for these kids. Like, I mean, I'm about to say Master Fu also wasn't as hands-on, but like Master Fu, the Miracle Box, Marinette didn't, so he didn't need to be as hands-on. But I don't know, like Suhan was, I think I would have preferred him to have been in the show a bit more, not because I like him, but just like to give him a bit more purpose basically. He literally, like, he did nothing. So we saw him in Furious Fu and Ephemeral. And I think we saw him like glare at the sky at the end of Strike Back. Was that the only times we saw Suhan? Yeah, and then obviously we saw him multiplication, then he's probably still hopping his way to Tibet. But I have mixed feelings about Suhan. Like, I think we can all agree, Master Fu, much nicer bloke. But I have mixed feelings about Suhan, because he just doesn't seem to have been doing his job very well, but maybe it's just because the writers just kept forgetting about him. They'd be like, oh, we're gonna write this episode, they'd write multiplication, like, oh, maybe Suhan should actually, yeah, he probably needs to know that Hawkman's got all the Miraculouses and should probably, you know, do his job. That's what it kind of feels like to me, like they just forget about him. Like, I understand Marinette is the guardian and she's in charge, but like, I mean, yeah, I feel like she did a good job up until Strike Back, obviously, but she had like zero guidance. I don't know, I just feel like they could have had a great relationship, because Marinette gets on well with everyone apparently apart from Lila and Gabriel babes. So yeah, I don't know, mixed feelings about Suhan. Let me know what you think of him, besties. I am not his biggest fan. I don't think many people are. Okay, next meme. Cat Noir, we will never get a Kuma test. That's why she always, like, is she ever gonna tell him about that though? Like, ever? Like, never? Like, obviously Ephemeral, no one remembers a thing. No one knows, no one knows. I'm not even sure the Kwamis really know. Like, they know something happened in order for what happened in the, Joe, when it flashes back to Ladybug and Cat Noir on the Eiffel Tower about to reveal their identities, but then Joan of Arc shows up because I know. So, obviously no one remembers that, and I don't think the Kwamis know something happened, but they don't know exactly what happened. But Marinette still remembers Cat. Is she never going to tell him about Cat Bank? I know she doesn't remember the events that led up to it, but like, she's just never going to say anything. Ever. I don't. You need to tell him. I will, like, Maybe the writers forgot, but I can't imagine them forgetting about Hotline because it's such a huge episode. I think it's probably one of the best episodes of the show. But yeah, gonna tell, like, I think it's important for you to tell him, like, hey, it is possible, because you got akumatized once because she doesn't remember the other one, so fair enough, she can't tell him you got akumatized twice, but like, Marinette, tell him. Like, even at this point, I'm assuming she's told Alia. Like, alright, okay, whatever. Next meme. Marinette got moves as long as they hate being used on Adrian. I guess. But like, the thing is just like the anxiety. I remember before she left, I was talking to Miraculously Lazy about this, and she was like, she felt it was like unrealistic for Marinette to still be that anxious around Adrian, and I'm like, listen, I talk to the guy I like a lot, but I'm also very anxious around him still. And I guess it just means Marinette has anxiety. Like, if Marinette didn't have anxiety, then it probably would be a bit much, but I have like 5 different diagnoses of anxiety, so I feel like it's pretty accurate. So, speaking of mental health, I think I mentioned this in the last being review of autism, if someone's got something going on mentally, I think I'd like it to be named. Maybe it's just because like I have a lot of mental health conditions and I'm researching mental health for my PhD. I just think it would be to the benefit of the audience who are, well, not to say aging rapidly as if they're aging quicker than everyone else, but you know what I mean, because of how long Miraculous is taking. A lot of people have like grown up with Miraculous and it's kind of grown with them as they've got older. So whilst this season's definitely been darker than the other season, like some of the stuff that's happened, oh my god. I feel like they should just come out and name it. Just say it. Just say it. I understand that makes it less marketable in countries like Japan and China and Korea, where they often don't name mental health illnesses. Like if you've, like often a lot of times, so I do my PhD in mental health in Japan. I think it's something like, I don't want to give the wrong number so I won't, but like a sizable percentage of psychiatrists don't tell their patients of their mental health condition because of the stigma that will be attached to the label. However, if they don't give them a diagnosis, then they can't get treatment. So it's like, okay. So I think that's possibly like what might be holding them back. It's like the same reason why they're not coming out and saying, to do with what I'm about to say, why they don't say that Nathaniel and Mark are together, or Rose and Julica, or so on and so forth. Because those episodes could either get like banned or like censored in certain countries, or like the show would just be pulled altogether. That's like the main reason why. So I don't really like Frozen. I'm like in the minority. I think it's terrible. Sorry if you like it. I think it's absolutely awful. Some of the songs are okay, but I hate the film. I haven't seen Frozen 2 because I hate the first one. So why would I see the second one when I hate the first one? But we will find out that Elsa is gay. But she doesn't get a girlfriend in the film, and everyone's like, oh, because it's like showing that she doesn't need to be with someone. Like in all the like Disney princess films, I think, I don't know, I've only seen like one. In all the Disney princess films, the girl often ends up getting with someone else. I think the only one like they don't is maybe Brave. I think that's the only one, like I said, the only one I've actually seen is Tangled. So, no, that's a lie, I've seen Tangled and Princess and the Frog. Sorry, I've seen 2. But at least in those 2 films they get with someone. So I guess I understand in one vein that the message is that you don't need to be with someone, but I also do think it's Disney being like, well, if we do this, they're gonna censor it in China and it might not even get released, and we want all that money from China because it's such a big country. Frozen was really popular. We'd get loads of money from it. So yeah, I mean, even the so when Chilin aired, I aired on Disney Channel USA, yes, and it aired in its full episode. But when it aired in France, I think a few weeks later, they cut out all the scenes. So basically from when Marinette gets off the bus, they cut up until like Marinette finds out her mum's been akumatized. They cut like the whole section of Sabine with the bus conductor or whatever, like the ticket man, the horrible guy, I don't know his name. Was he given a name? I don't know. And then with Officer Rain Compris as well. Like, they cut that whole section, and I mean, it was nothing to do with Thomas Estruck. I mean, because like, I was thinking like, they're a French team writing a French show to be aired on French television. Surely they'd know all the censorship laws and stuff, like things they're not allowed to include. He said later that it wasn't his decision. It was out of his hands. It was up to TF1, and they basically were saying that, because obviously it's a kid's show, they were like, we need to show our children that they can trust police officers. And I'm like, Well, whilst that is true, also I do feel like maybe having blind trust in the police isn't necessarily a good thing. For example, if you live in the UK, you probably heard about the case of Sarah Everard. She was walking home during the pandemic from her friend. She was going back to where she lived with her boyfriend. This police officer pulled her over and said, "Hey, you're breaking lockdown rules." And he was like, "Let's go to the station." So because she trusted him, because he was a police officer, she got in his car and he murdered her. So whilst, yes, I would hope most police are there to help you, as we know from all the shootings in America and stuff, police aren't, amazing. I feel like you should also teach your children that, yeah, if you are in trouble, the police could help you, but also still be careful. You know what I mean? So, yeah. What were we talking about? Marinette. She's just anxious. Me too, apparently, since I rambled that much. But yes, if Marinette does have anxiety, I would for sure like them to actually come up and be like, yeah, she has anxiety. I'd like them to name it, even if it does mean the show gets censored in other countries, but I feel like that message is more important than some censorship laws of a country that just doesn't want to talk about it. I understand with all the research I've done with my PhD, there's a lot of cultural differences that goes into why stigma against certain things is more prevalent in those countries. I understand. But I still think they should say if Marinette has anxiety, they should say it. I don't think they should just pretend she doesn't. Because, there's only, so much that can just be written off as, her being nervous. If she's just a bit nervous around someone new, which we all kind of are, then, the first 2 seasons, yeah, fair enough. But, then from season 3, she really should be talking to Adrian more normally. And to be fair, she has progressed, obviously this season, even before they start dating. She does seem more open to talking to him, we're in the one with Natalie. Passion. Yes, passion. They have a nice conversation together in that episode. So yeah, I just like them to name it. And also if someone is dating someone else, regardless of their gender, I would also like them to name it. Screw censorship. I remember someone saying, oh, it was a while ago, because they asked me are Mark and Nathaniel dating, and I was like, yeah, they are, but they're probably not going to confirm it once for all in the show, or get a kiss, for example, because it would get banned in other countries. And they were like, oh, I see what you're saying, and I do like representation. But then they went on to say, it's not really representation if you have to hide it, which I completely agree. So whilst I think it's cute, Mark and Nathaniel, and I think Rose and Julika are cute as well, it's not really representation of LGBTQIA+ couples if you have to hide it. You know what I mean? You're censoring your own shit. Yeah. So anyway, I think I've spent long enough on this meme. Next meme! Oh wow. Okay, it's all just a dream. I'm going back to bed. How I deal with my problems. Me too. I mean, to be fair, any time I've realised something bad's happening, it's usually been in a nightmare. That picture of Marinette though, not the one where she's turned around, the first one. Wow. What episode is this from? I want to say Mega Leech, but it looks like it's snowing. Christmaster? Well, it's sunny weather. There aren't that many episodes where it snows. Most of the weather in Paris is it's lovely all the time. Rains occasionally when the Adrianette or Lady Noir moment calls for it. And then snows sometimes. I think actually my favourite time of the day, Miraculous, is all the pretty sunset scenes we get, in Wishmaker. The whole episode looks so pretty with the lighting. I love it. I think it has the start of the episode Emotion has that lighting. Yes, the sunset lighting. I love the sunset lighting in Miraculous. It looks so beautiful. Okay, next meme. Hotline, Felix, I told you you couldn't fool me twice. Stole your wife's ring in the same episode. Discovered your secret identity. Deceived you and Natalie by pretending to be controlled. Found your dead wife in the basement. Stole all the Miraculouses in one day while you did nothing for 4 years. I mean, you gotta hand it to Felix. I mean, Felix has started to grow on me now, but definitely when Strike Back aired, I still wasn't his biggest fan, to be honest. Especially not after what he did by the end of the episode. I was like, okay. So obviously his debut episode, Felix, wasn't a fan of him trying to force the kiss on Ladybug. Even though he was dressed as Adrian, I was like, no, stop, please, that's horrible, don't ever do that. No one ever do that. If someone says no, you respect their wishes. You don't need to know why. Okay, no is a full sentence. If someone says, can we do this, and they say no, you don't need to ask why or ask for more clarification. No is a full sentence. So I'm laughing thinking about Felix more. So first episode, not a fan of him. The next time we saw him was in Danny Agrest in season 4. I didn't mind him in that episode. He didn't do anything to make me hate him. He also didn't do anything to make me like him. I remember after that episode though, Thomas Astruc tweeted like, did we all like Felix then? And everyone was like, yeah, yeah. And I was sat here like, no. Like, what on earth happened in that episode to redeem him for trying to force a kiss on Ladybug? Absolutely nothing. There was nothing. So what? Okay, whatever. Then obviously his next appearance, Risk and Strike Back. I liked him at first in Risk because it was like I'm trying to save Adrian, but then no, Felix is an anti-hero. Of course he has an ulterior motive, so whilst that his motive did help Adrian in the short term, it didn't really help everyone else in Paris in the long term. But definitely this season he has grown on me. I felt really bad for him in Emotion and I appreciated what he was trying to do. And I really liked him in Pretension as well. I thought it was great in Pretension. And the Felix Kagami ship has grown on me. Obviously when I make my commentary videos, it's not my complete first reaction, but like, so I usually start like filming at like 9 AM, so because I had 2 episodes to do, I did like the first 22 minutes, I did my reaction for Pretension, the next 22 minutes I did the reaction for Revelation, and then I rewatched both episodes and took notes. Which probably took me like altogether just over an hour, so at like 10 AM is when I probably just like maybe like 20 past 10 is when I started filming the Pretension video. So like I haven't had super long to sit with the episode, but long enough where I feel like I can make a judgment about what I liked and what I didn't like about the episode, you know? And I said in my video that I thought the Feeligami was cute, but I didn't particularly ship it myself. But you know, it's been quite a few days. It's been like a week. Yeah, today I'm filming this on Saturday, so it's been like a week since they aired, so it's definitely grown on me. I'm not sure, you know, I'd ship it in that like I probably wouldn't, you know, write a full fan fiction about it, but you know, as like a background pairing, I think it's nice, I think it's cute, but also at the same time, I think Felix is gay and would be an absolutely lovely couple with Luca. Oh my gosh, yes! Oh, it's so cute! I doubt it ever, like, I mean, have Felix and Luca ever spoken before? No? Do I care? No? I just think they'd be cute together. Like, so part of it, like, so as you know, love Square Stan, and I haven't really ever shipped Marinette with anyone else. Like, for me, it's like Adrian, Cat, and what? No one else. But I do think it's kind of cute, actually, Adrian with Luca. I don't mind it. I don't go out of my way to read like fan fictions or like look at fan art of it, but I do think it's kind of cute. But obviously I want Adrian to end up with Marinette, which he is going to do. So Luca can have Adrian version number 2. Like I definitely think Luca could be bisexual, for sure, definitely. I just think he'd be cute. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, Felix is great, so I'm looking forward to see what he can do if he crosses over onto the side of the heroes, because as we all know, Felix knows who Monarch Daddy is, so he has the huge potential to help Ladybug and Cat Noir out. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do, because after what happened in like Emotion, I was like, I feel like he could cross over. Pretension, I was like, for sure you could cross over. So I have my fingers crossed that he's gonna help them. Maybe it won't happen until the final episode, but really hoping for it. Okay, next meme. Will a boy ever love me the next day? Hey Marinette, so are you like seeing anyone? Look, right, I got a lot of comments about this where people were like, oh, why is she complaining? So at the end of Elation, Marinette's like, oh, will a boy ever love me? And she gets quite upset about it. And everyone in the comments under my commentary video was like, oh, why is she complaining about it? Like, Luca was in love with her, Nathaniel had a crush on her, and Nino had a crush on her, Cat Noir liked Ladybug as well, and then there was that guy from Copycat who had like a crush on Ladybug as well. And they were like plenty of people have loved her. Why is she just pretending that it's not there? And I was like, I understand what you're saying, but I also understand what Marinette's saying. Like, I've had people have feelings for me before, but because I haven't returned those feelings, the person I've had feelings for hasn't returned mine, it is kind of, it does make you slightly upset to be like, will a boy ever love me when the one person you want doesn't want you back? So I 100% understand where she's coming from, like, because she's so in love with Adrian or Cat Noir or whatever, she can't see all these other boys. So yeah, even though she's dated Luca before, even though it ended terribly, even though she's dated Luca before, it's like, to her it doesn't even matter, even though she knows, well, I don't know, I mean, to me, I'm not sure if Luca still has feelings for her. I think like maybe he could, like I think he knows he's got absolutely no chance. Like, he knew all along, as we found out in truth, that she still had feelings for Adrian. And I'm pretty sure he still had feelings for her, like definitely all of season 4, but obviously in Wishmaker, as I said in my sarcastic summary of season 4 when we got to Wishmaker, Luca finds out that Marinette is Ladybug and Adrian is Cat Noir. And even though he has the power of second chance, now he knows he'll never get one with Marinette. So whilst I think he could maybe still have feelings for Marinette, I think he knows he's got absolutely zero chance of it ever happening again. So even though she's been with Luca, and don't get me wrong, Luca's absolutely lovely. I'd love to date somebody like Luca, maybe less on the music metaphors, because I really have no idea what he's trying to say. I'd be like confused the entire time. What? Like, Luca's lovely, but if the guy you like doesn't like you back, and like it looks like he never will. So I 100% understand what she's getting at here. So the final meme of the meme review is a viewer submission meme. We usually do more memes than this, but I apparently can't shut up. So the final meme of the meme review is a viewer submission meme, which if you want to be in with a chance of having your meme in the meme review, you have to join my Discord server. It's linked down below. It's a fun time. If you don't have a meme to submit, it's a fun time, so come and chat, as Hedge says here, in the correct order. You can hang out with Haze, myself, or the other besties. I, in my opinion, think we're a lovely community of people. We don't always talk about Miraculous, we talk about other things too, but it's a really nice place. So if you make your own meme, has to be a meme you've made to be in the meme review. We have a meme reviewer and viewer submission channel where you post it and everyone puts their thumbs up and down and like votes for it. But if you found a meme you just want to talk about, we have a separate channel for that. So this one has to be a meme you've made. And this week's winner is Miraculous is My Life 256. What an absolute mood. My entire life has become about Miraculous. Thank you, bestie. And the meme is Haze. People tried to comment about season 5 show Bible spoilers, or just the leaks. I am on it. I think a lot of people think they can get away with it because they don't know I read the comments. Like, they'll be new to the channel, be like, oh, I'll just post them. And I'm like, no. I think that's possibly as well part of the reason why everyone is so nice. Like, I feel like a lot of the time, and I'm not blaming this on like the other Miraculous channels, because most people don't have the time to read all the comments, and honestly I'm not really sure how I have the time either. I just try my best. But because I do read all the comments, I think, I don't want to say everyone's afraid to be rude, but no one like takes the chance to be rude, because like a lot of people use the internet as like their mask. So whilst they would definitely never say something horrible in real life because their face and name attached to it, when they're hiding in the YouTube comment section, they've got like a random profile picture and a random name that won't link back to their real life. They feel they can say whatever, and because the creator often doesn't check the comments, they never really get held accountable for it, and they feel like they can say whatever they want. But because I'm in there checking the comments, I feel like people have learned now. Like, it's not to say you can't disagree with me, of course you can, you just gotta be respectful, you know? Like, I don't care if you disagree with me, just like explain your reasons why and be nice about it, but don't come in here and like call me an idiot at the same time. Like, I've had a few people like try and pick arguments with me, and I'm like, no, we're not doing it, this isn't the place for it. So, but like, they don't ever think I'm gonna read the comments because they don't know, and I'm like, bestie, stop, because I read everything. But anyway, besties, that was it for the meme review this week. I'd love to know what your favourite meme was, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!